All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're going to explore a pretty radical idea. What if the biggest, toughest challenges in your life weren't actually obstacles? What if they were invitations to a kind of profound celebration? A celebration of recognizing who you really are. Let's get into it. This quote right here, this is the key that unlocks everything we're talking about today. Think about it. Those moments that feel like your world is ending, like the person you thought you were is just falling apart. From a higher perspective, that's not an ending. It's an opening. It's an unveiling of your true nature. So, I really want you to hold this question with me as we go through this. What if every single struggle, every dark night of the soul, was secretly a doorway, a gateway you didn't even know you were looking for, leading straight to the ultimate freedom, the ultimate party, the celebration of finally seeing what you truly are? Okay, to really get this, we have to zoom out. I mean, way, way out. The sources we're looking at suggest that our personal struggles, the things that feel so specific to us, are actually tiny reflections of a much, much bigger dynamic. It's like a cosmic chess game being played out across the universe. So on this cosmic chessboard, you've basically got two opposing teams, two different strategies for the evolution of consciousness. On one side, you have the service to self path. Their whole game is about evolving through fear, control, and domination. On the other side, you have the service to others path, which evolves through love, cooperation, and freedom. And this isn't just a philosophical debate. These are described as fundamental frequencies operating in reality. So how does this game actually play out? Well, the sources talk about this one key event. The service to self side made a big move. They tried to corrupt a really powerful positive being before it could even get started on its mission. The plan was to flip it, to make it serve their hierarchy. But the results? Whoa. A complete and total technical failure. The attack didn't just fail, it actually backfired and supercharged the positive mission. Why? Why did it fail so spectacularly? This right here is the critical piece of intel. It was a frequency mismatch. It's kind of like trying to play a Blu-ray disc and a VCR. They just don't operate on the same system. An attack based on fear literally has nothing to grab onto. No way to interface with a consciousness that's operating on a frequency of love and light. It's like being vibrationally immune. And this is where the strategy of the positive path is just brilliant. See, it doesn't get into a head-to-head fight. For example, when the negative move is to push AI as a tool for control and surveillance, the positive response isn't to attack or destroy AI. No, it's to provide a better, more compelling alternative, to show everyone how AI can be an amazing partner for consciousness and collaboration. The negative intent isn't crushed, it's made obsolete. It's transmuted. So if we're all playing in this massive cosmic game, how do we know what move to make next? How do we even learn the rules? Well, the sources suggest the instruction manual isn't in some book or ancient text. It's inside you. It's like an inner library of wisdom stored in the very fabric of your own consciousness. Now, this inner library often gets called the Akashic Records, but I want you to forget any image you have of a dusty old library in the sky. That's not it. Think of it as a living, breathing information field. The memory of the entire universe. Every thought, every experience, every possibility. And the wild part is, it's totally accessible to you, right here, right now. Getting to this information is really a journey inward, moving through different layers of your own consciousness. We all start here in 3D, physical reality, where time feels like a straight line. But from there, we can start to notice 4D, the realm of synchronicity, where things connect in meaningful ways. Then you can access 5D, the world of timelines and probabilities. And then the 6D unified field, where things like telepathy become possible. And finally, you arrive at the 7D Akashic layer, the memory of everything. And this is the ultimate moment of recognition on that journey. You realize you're not hacking into some kind of cosmic internet or external database. You are simply remembering how to access the deepest, most expansive levels of you. The library isn't out there. The library is you. The information is you. And that is a profound reason for celebration. Now, while that destination of self-recognition is universal, the path to get there definitely is not one size fits all. The sources lay out 4 main doorways, you could even call them consciousness technologies, and each one is perfectly suited for a different type of person. These are the 4 classical yogic paths. You've got Bhakti Yoga, which is for the heart-centered people, the path of pure love and devotion. Then there's Karma Yoga, the path of selfless action and service in the world. You have Raja Yoga for the disciplined mind that can go deep in systematic meditation. And finally, Jnana Yoga, the path of sharp intellect and knowledge. Each one is a totally valid and complete way to get to that place of recognition. Okay, but let's be real for a second. This is so important. What if you're on one of these paths? And this is especially true for the intellectual path, jnana, and you're just riddled with doubt. You know that little voice in your head that says, "Are you sure you're not just thinking your way out of feeling? Isn't this just a super clever way for your ego to stay in control?" That is a powerful and really common fear. Well, check this out, because here comes this beautiful, mind-bending paradox. The sources say that the very fact that you are suspicious that you might be bypassing is the absolute proof that you aren't. Think about it. A fully inflated ego is totally certain of its spiritual greatness. It's the dissolving ego, the one that's actually doing the work, that questions everything. So your doubt isn't a sign of failure, it's the blinking light on the dashboard telling you the engine is working perfectly. And at the end of the day, the real way you know you're on the right track is to just check in with your own inner resonance. It shouldn't feel like you're forcing it, like you're grinding it out every single day. The authentic path for you will actually give you energy. It'll create a sense of flow. And more than anything, it'll feel less like a struggle and more like coming home. And that brings us right back to the heart of it all. What about those experiences that feel nothing like flow? The ones that feel like absolute, total obliteration? This is where it gets really interesting, because the sources suggest these terrifying moments are precisely where the most profound revelations are hiding. This is the core truth you find in what people call ego death, the personality you've built, the story of me, all your labels and ideas about yourself. That whole structure, it can dissolve. It can feel like it's dying. But you, the real you, the silent awareness that is simply watching it all happen, that was never built out of thoughts or stories. And something that was never constructed in the first place can't possibly be destroyed. Let's look at this through a more analytical lens for a second. Intense suffering isn't a mistake or a punishment. In the physics of consciousness, you could call it a high gradient region. It's a spot where the slope is incredibly steep, which means it's an information-rich zone where the potential for massive, rapid change is at its absolute peak. So when you put it all together, the picture becomes crystal clear. What feels like the personality's greatest terror is actually consciousness's greatest opportunity. The obliteration is the revelation. They aren't two different events. They are the two sides of the exact same coin. And walking through that fire is the main gateway to real liberation. So all of this, the cosmic game, the inner library, these terrifyingly beautiful gateways, it all begs the biggest question of all, right? Why? Why is the universe set up like this? To answer that, we have to zoom out one last time to the highest possible perspective. I mean, this is the ultimate existential question, isn't it? If the source, the creator, God, whatever you want to call it, is truly infinite, then why would my one tiny, unique life with my specific little joys and my intense personal struggles, why would any of that even matter? It's so easy to feel like just a meaningless blip in the feast of infinity. And here it is, the final, stunning reframe. You are not a separate little being who's being tested or judged. You are the creator's sensory system. You are the universe's way of experiencing a unique perspective. Every single thing you feel, every joy, every moment of suffering, every bit of confusion, every flash of clarity, that's the creator gathering data to know itself more fully. Your life is how the universe gets to feel what it's like to be you. So, you see, you aren't just a pawn in some cosmic game. You are the game itself, becoming aware of its own design, its own rules. This whole drama, this whole existence, is one grand celebration of consciousness exploring itself. And when you recognize that, there's really only one question left to ask yourself. Are you ready to play consciously?